What's up, world? Let's talk about Giants. We're gonna talk about Giants and B10. Now, as some of you guys progress, you're gonna move through the levels of Giants. You know, from B1, you're gonna work your way up B3, B5. You're gonna be trying to push them milestones, hit B7, all the way up to B10. You know, some of the units that you're going to learn to use early game, like Bernard, Shannon, Bella, Kona, Mia, Veramos, you know, even Lapis. But, you know, here's some of the top monsters used in Giants 5, but you're going to see that list change as you progress. You know, see some of the same units for early game are still all here, you know, getting Sigmaris up in there, and it's gonna get your list is gonna change the more you go up. And this is one of the units I want to talk about today. Hua in B10. Like, it doesn't sound like it should be a thing, but I promise you, Hua in B10 is good. Along with Megan, you know, you still see some of the early game units. People still use them here, but as you progress and start getting more monsters, you'll start learning different team compositions and what works for you. Now, if you progress into the game to where your team is fast enough and you don't need a healer anymore, if you can kill the boss fast enough without having to worry about taking a hit, and then you can start using different leader skills. Even if you can't completely kill it, like you can use like a Sigmaris. If you can't take a hit, like you can use Sigmaris or Veramos, like the HP leader skills. Give you that one more turn survivability to kill it before he ends up wiping your whole team. But what you really want is you want faster units, because you want more turns than what the enemy's going to take, and you don't want to get hit. You want to get hit as little as possible on even the waves all the way up through the boss. You're going to want defense break, something maybe slows the enemy. You know, I got defense break, BMRs, I got Galleon in here for defense break and attack boost. You know, and then I got Chris, she's the light archer. She hits hard, so I got her in here. Sigmaris hits hard. Hua is for the slow debuff. So I'm going to show you this team, and it's under 2 minutes. If you can progress to where you don't need a healer, you can start trading healers in for more damage dealers if you have all the other elements, which is like the slow debuff and the defense break, maybe attack buff. Veramos still, if you can't quite take a hit, his leader skill is good, and he cleanses debuffs that the enemy's going to put on you, the towers at the end on the boss. The waves shouldn't be as hard, like, as the boss. The boss is usually harder, but the middle boss, the third stage, he can be a little rough sometimes. Whether you want to focus on him or try to take the two guys out on the side, that's totally up to you. Another thing you want to focus on is accuracy. You know, you need the speed, the power, and the accuracy, along with the buffs and the debuffs. You know, the attack buff. And, you know, shield ain't a bad thing if you got slower team where the enemy's going to take first turn, which in most cases he's not going to. Unless you got like no speed, no like +0 speed. But mainly focus on speed and accuracy, attack power. You want power, and you gotta have defense breaks and something to slow. It'll even tell you in the beginning when whenever the load bar is coming up, it'll say like what's the message that tells you slow debuffs work especially well on slow bosses. It's that, you know, it's a hint. They're telling you, like they're trying to give you advice on the game. Take the advice. It's good advice. Like, you can learn a lot from just little messages if you read them, and try to keep that in mind. 148, not terribly fast, not terribly slow, so try it again. Use the same team. And we'll do the attack power. We'll put her up there with her attack power. Like, if you can get an attack with this, you can do a speed lead, or because you're not getting hit that often. Like, usually the only time my team will get hit anymore is like when the boss takes his gets hit the 7th time, and he gets the free hit. It's not a turn. Most of the time, he won't even get a turn. So, unless them, whenever he attacks on the 7th turn. So, and Hua is great for this because if you notice, the crystals on the side right there on the waves, they're wind element. So she's fire, so of course she's going to attack the wind and keep them down. And they're the ones that do the most damage. Like the middle, the little golems, they have a chance to stun you or freeze you. And they do some debuffs, but if you have a tankier Hua who still hits hard and is decently fast, like, she can take the blunt of it because they won't use their AoE because they'd rather focus on just her. So that helps. And when she focuses on the crystals on the side, the wind element crystals, it slows them down and long enough for your team to kill them. And accuracy is a good thing because you don't want to miss the defense breaks. That's why I got Theomars in there too, to add an extra, just in case Galleon would use his second skill first. But that's what you want. Oh, he did get a turn that time. But Galleon's second skill will reduce the boss's attack bar as well as Hua. Like, it doesn't really miss too often on reducing it, if not adding a slow. So it's a good team, and it does what it's supposed to do. Like I said, you can change things out for units you may have. Try different things. See what works in your favor. If you're finding yourself getting killed by the boss, you know, maybe try an HP lead, or don't switch to a no-heal team yet until you have the composition that'll work for you. If you don't have a Galleon, you know, stick with a Bella or another unit that does defense break. If you were lucky enough to summon Theomars on your first, you know, Ifrit pull, which a lot of people aren't that lucky. But now, if you summon 5 Ifrits, you get to choose, and then if you have to go through the whole thing of summoning all 5 of them, then you don't have to worry, because you got skill ups, free skill ups. Another thing that is crucial is you don't want to just take non-skilled up units and think, oh, his team's working and I got the same stats. Why is my team not working? Well, because when it says harmful effect rate plus 10, plus 15, that's the harmful effect rate is like, say, the skill delivers a defense break. Well, that's what the harmful effect rate is the defense break. So if I got plus 10 and a plus 15, I got 25% more chance to land that defense break than a unit that's not skilled up. So you do definitely want to worry about skill ups. So what's this team gonna pull on this time? I can pretty much swap any unit for another of the same kind of unit. Like if it's a damage dealer, I can switch out and put any damage dealer in. If it's defense breaker, I can pretty much switch it for any defense breaker. But Hua changed my Giants B10 team like probably not forever, but for getting less than a 2-minute run. And like an attack booster or attack buffer and defense breaker, like if you don't have a galleon, like you can use a Megan for the attack buff, but then you're gonna have to have a reliable defense breaker, like somebody that's not gonna miss. Galleon takes everybody. You can use like a lure, yeah, water phantom thief, or somebody along them lines. You definitely want to have the attack buff and the defense break in order to start clearing it in under 2 minutes, even under 3 minutes. Zhao Lin, the water kung fu girl, good candidate because she had, like, her skills. I don't have her runed well, and I don't have her skilled up, so I don't really use her that often. But she has like the reduces the attack bar and attack speed. Great unit. And once I start getting skills for her, I'll probably be using her. Her first skill is decrease defense and put her on a revenge, and it has a chance to add the second skill to it. You know, and the third skill is just a good, strong damage dealing skill. So, and her lead skill's not bad, but it's for the arena. But it's not bad if in the arena you were ever going to need defense, which you do a lot now in RTA. They reduce your HP and increase the attack power, so defense is good for Zhao, a defense skill leader. But we're not talking about RTA, we're talking about Giants. It means we're around for Ran. She's not a bad candidate because she adds like this, decreases the attack bar by 20% chance with a 75% chance for each attack. So she has 4 times. She can reduce you all the way down 80% attack bar. And this lands continuous damage, great for bosses. And this right here reduces the attack speed. Not as good as Hua, because Hua has the attack bar reduction on the first skill, which is wonderful. As for other fire units, I don't really know if you want to bring, like, you could bring, you know, somebody like this, increase the defense. Like, he's going to land more glancing than not. You're going to have a lot of accuracy and have everything skilled up nicely. You know, this unit probably wouldn't be too bad. You know, this third skill does the slows, and the second skill adds continuous damage, which is pretty nice. But like I said, continuous damage is good. You can bring Tart. He's gonna group with 2 other units, and you know, if one of them units is defense breaker, then you get another chance to add a defense break, a well-needed defense break. You know, and he actually still recovers 30% of the damage he does. You know, I'm still missing a slot 6 rune. I'm waiting. He'll probably be incorporated in soon. You know, and if the debuffs are what's getting you, and you have like a Delphoy, and you don't have a Vera yet, but you were lucky enough to get a Delphoy, you know, that cleanses debuffs and adds immunity, so you don't have to worry about the next turn, and it adds a little bit of a heal. You know, this guy could probably work if you're still in the healer stage. He's not bad. Second and third skill both do a heal. And this, what is it? I think, is it the second one? Decreases the chances of being attacked with a critical hit. He does the anti-crit. It's not anti, but it makes them like element disadvantage, an elemental disadvantage. So when they have that crit buff, so that's pretty good. You know, I could say Katarina could be decent, but like you want to focus directly on the boss. You want to try to kill him first. Once you're moving up past that beginner stage, we're using the Shannon and the Bella, and you're trying to take up the towers first, and you're actually into the stage where you're trying to reduce your time from 3, 4, 5, 6 minutes. Trying to get it under 2 minutes. Chilling wouldn't be too bad because he applies a slow and he could steal the attack buff. The attack buff, when he gets the attack buff, he hits hard. So same as Bella. I guess it's a he. It was confirmed. Steals with the second skill. Steals beneficial effects. As the defense break and the heals. The heals along with the attack boost. So let's try something different. I was using like a Orochi in my first team, and just for the mainly for the dots, but he's not fully skilled up, so this team might actually even wipe. But we'll find out here in a minute. What happened to my music? I'll try to get it going. Yeah, we'll see how he does. He's slow, and he's built like tanky to survive, and with his skills not being fully skilled up, like sometimes he'll do his third skill, which applies up to 6 dots. Every critical hit lands a dot, but you have to have accuracy on that, so a lot of people don't know. They think they can go on a 0 accuracy and hit 6 critical hits, and wondering why they're not applying more than 2 dots. Well, because you do need accuracy. But if he uses his third skill on the fourth wave, right before the boss, then he might not get. It might take 2 turns for him to get that skill back up, which by then your team's either wiped or it's back to square one, starting over, trying to make them faster or get them skill ups quicker. Theo with that Endure, he tends to get hit a lot because I have him on violent. He takes 2 or 3 turns sometimes. You see, Orochi didn't even use his third skill yet. But Hawa and Galleon, they're using their attack bar reduction, which is making it nice. And that's where he doesn't fit in, because what's the sense of having dots if he doesn't ever get a turn? But still not too bad. You can mix and match teams all day long and find that a lot of them are putting out the same. And here you didn't even know you had a 4-minute team and you had 10 teams all together that could do it in order too. So my first time I got the team under 2 minutes, I didn't have Wall in there. I had Ryan, but I figured, Wall, but I was getting hit like continuously. He was getting a turn, and he was like three of my 5 teammates out, and I'd have 2 that were hanging in there, And it would fail once every 50 turns or something, but it was so close all the time. And it just kept me watching it. Well, if I'm trying to do something else and just auto done this, I don't want to just continuously have to worry about it. So this team, it just seems to work. Like I said, stick with the skill up. Make sure you have the skill ups. Stick with the attack buff. Attack debuff is nice, and that's where Sid comes into play also. His third skill applies to the attack debuff. Defense break and the slow debuff. Attack speed buff is nice if your team's slower, and so that's where Bernard comes into play early game, and I've never used Bernard on Giants. It's just I try focusing on speed. Like I'm not nearly the fastest person, or not even close. I'm probably under half when it comes to fast players. But it's like a lot of my main focus is on speed. So in Hawaii, I ain't even that fast right now. Like I don't even think I have a speed rune tuned up. But I'll show you the stats on these guys and the runes. Show you what they're working with. The fastest time on here, what is it, 115, 113, was done with this team, and it was like everything went just right, everything went just perfectly. That's not a bad rune right there. I'll take that. But okay, so yeah, up here we'll start with Theo. You know, his stats ain't the best, and I'll probably never be able to say that they're the best, but they work. So I got them on speed, crit damage, attack, and the 135 offset doesn't change. Like that one even needs powered up again. I must have just switched that on Rune Day. Another guy I was using, Brian, slow, but it was working. Attack, crit damage, attack. And Sigmars, I got him with Swift. Stats, you know, plus 62 on a 94. On the 94 days. I got him on attack, crit damage, attack. I wish I could take one of them subs off everybody and switching it off every rune, switching speed. I would. Yeah, I haven't been hitting the rifts too often. Galleon. Yeah. A little over 200 speed. Make sure he goes first. Not even maxed out. Speed, defense, HP. Well, don't laugh at her. Only plus 34 speed. But her going last, it puts the attack bar back and enables my team to get another turn around, and a lot of times that's all it takes. You know, they get a second turn before the boss gets his first, and it's over for the boss. Okay. Got her on some broken sets. Attack, crit damage, attack. What else did I throw in there? I threw him in one time. Yeah, plus 9. And it worked. Still under 2 minutes. What was it? 139? That room's not maxed it. I just never felt the need to max it. I don't know why. I had a 100% crit rate. So, accuracy only 20%. But even with just 20%, he'll land 4 dots sometimes. 5, sometimes 6. So, you definitely need it. Uchi would be a good candidate. He, you know, his third skill puts the attack bars to 0. You know, if you have this guy, he could, if you can't take a hit and you're not fast enough to destroy the boss really fast, you're not powerful enough, you know, his shield helps. So about it. So that's my current Giants B10 team. I hope you like it. It's my first video back in a couple months since I switched, since I got the new computer and switched everything around. So I hope you guys liked the video. If you did, hit the thumbs up. Leave a comment on things you want to see, because I can get back to this now. subscribe if you like what you're seeing, or if you learned anything from this, or Alright guys, it's good to be back. So, thanks everybody, I'm out.